Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today, where I'm sitting here, the kids are asleep and I'm doing some projects on my laptop there. I thought, why not answer another question that has been popping up, or maybe some of you have asked me and I just need to clear or try as much as possible to engage with you, my viewers who are coming and asking me questions, and I prefer making a video for others also to learn. So the question is, how are you raising your kids? Are you raising them in Turkey as Turkish way, or Kenyan way? This is so funny. Let's get into it. I don't know the reason behind this person asking me this question, but I have to mention that if you don't know me, I'm a Kenyan and my husband is a Turkish, and we have kids together, two of them. And one is actually almost 2.5 years, and the other one, the girl, she's actually 1 year. So how am I raising my kids? I'm raising not Turkish way, not Kenyan way, but I'm raising as me, the me way. You understand? You know, every person has his or yeah, his or her own way of raising the family. The way we raise our kids differs. Like the way I raise my kids differs from the way my mom raised me, or someone else will raise the kids. And coming to think about Kenyan kids growing up, it was not now. Like I'm born in 90s, not now, and it's not like my mother raised me badly, but they raised me in a good way, with good morals and with good attitude, and those are the elements that I'm passing to my kids. And if you come to think about Turkish way of raising kids, in most cases I have seen that men prefer to lead in terms of actually taking care of the family, and the women or the girls will prefer to actually be at home, do the house chores and take care of the kids and the family, the entire family. But the men in most cases are the ones who go outside, and also like not go outside, like they are like the leaders, like they have that thing of leading as men. Not to say that women are like slaves, but in terms of leadership. So you'll find that most boys in Turkey, I have seen that they do not do a lot of chores, like at home, wash, clean, wash, do everything like the girls, which is a bit tricky, and also which is something that I'm trying to understand, because where I was raised, we can do both these things. Like boys can fetch water, they can do this, take care of the animals, wash their clothes and everything. And I'm not generalizing all the Turkish people, but here I have found that it's a trend or something. Correct me if you're a Turkish person, if I'm talking maybe something that I have seen not in every home. And then you'll find that even if the women, they do have their work, they do have their jobs, like they have their businesses, or they, even if they are still like they have someone else to help them in terms of having a nanny or a maid, they'll still be the ones who control everything in terms of house chores, in terms of food, in terms of just the home, the arrangement of the home, the cleaning, the kids wearing and everything. So that is the nature of raising kids here. And sometimes you'll find that I have seen that also mothers here in Turkey, not to say that they are bad, but they have this extra love for their kids, like extra spoiling their kids with love. When the kids maybe do something, they don't want to discipline them like the way we do in Africa or in Kenya. In Kenya, if you do something bad, we're gonna beat you. Not to beat, like to to beat, like make something big, but just to discipline the child, to tell the child this is wrong, you don't need to do this, not caning too much, I have not seen a lot of them doing here. Like even sometimes when my child, especially the boy, he's so active when he does something wrong, and I want to like cane him or try to tell him stop. The look from his father and from maybe the mama, my mother-in-law, it's not that okay. Like no, don't do that. I have seen that thing here, but also something good is that they don't tolerate when the child does something wrong, like in terms of actually if the child is doing something that they know that it's really, really wrong, then they will shout at the child, they will actually tell the child this is wrong. In most cases, the family that I have been and also in my family. Now, if I'm raising them as Christians or Muslims, they are still young, they are still very little, and as much as I'm a Christian, their father is a Muslim, I cannot try to start telling them, oh, you need to be a Christian or you need to be a Muslim like your father. For me, it's not a big deal if they become Muslims in future. Well and good, we are serving one God. If they decide they want to be Christian, well and good. So for me, for now, I'm just teaching them who is God, and also trying to engage in much as possible. Whenever I worship God, whenever I pray, I try to let them, this is how to pray. Okay, when their father try to pray, I'm not stopping them, like the boy. I'm not saying, oh, don't pray with your father because he's a Muslim. No. In fact, I encourage my son to also do that. And by the way, my son already knows how to pray little. Thank you, God. Amen. He knows these words. So I'm trying all the things not to overburden the child with the thing of religion or religious or being Muslim and Christian. No. They are very little. If one day they will grow up to be of age, they want to decide where to go or who to worship, it's up to them. For now, I'm just doing as a mother, And something else I have to know, that it's not like raising kids, it's a big thing that you need to put in pressure, or you need to behave like a Kenyan person or a Turkish person. They are still young, they are kids. And kids sometimes, even if we say, or even if you stop them, they're gonna do their thing, Another question maybe I might answer is, which language are they speaking? Right now they are speaking both Turkish and English. Because of the environment they are in, we are speaking most of the time in Turkish, so they're gonna pick Turkish language. However, they also know English. I'm speaking English most of the time, so they're gonna learn, they understand. If they want to pick, for instance, Mustafa right now knows, the boy already knows Turkish. He speaks Turkish even more than me, and when I speak in English, he will speak, or he will answer me back in Turkish, which is something good. I'm also introducing them to learn Swahili, which is another language in Kenya, so that when they go to Kenya, they already know these languages. So it's not a big problem for me, because I'm also having a supportive family in terms of actually just wanting them to learn the language. Okay, so I think up to there, I have answered that question. It was not, I think the person who asked was asking in a good way, in a good faith. I hope so. And it is not a bad thing to have kids who are actually to having interracial kids who are also learning, because this, remember, in Kenya and also in Turkey, we still hold our cultures. Okay, we still want the kids to grow up as great people, as good children. So those are the elements that we are passing to the kids. I'm not saying because I'm African, I should teach them only African things. That will be wrong. Or because their father is a Turkish, he should actually just teach their kids the Turkish things and ignore my side. No. And by the way, he doesn't know my side, my cultures. He doesn't know them unless I pass them to the kids. Okay? And I'm not emphasizing on cultural things like the things we do, or maybe African, we have a lot of things, but I'm not trying to emphasize more. But in terms of cultural things here, when they grow up, like right now Mustafa had the boy had circumcision, like he has been already circumcised, and then when it will come a time maybe of age around 12 years, he gonna have sunnet. They call it sunnet, that party and everything. That is an element that it is actually being done here. So he gonna do that also because he's a Turkish, so he need to do it. My girl, when she grows up, when she's a big person, maybe that time I'll be very old with wrinkles. Okay, I'll be very old. By the way, I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'll be old, of age. She gonna get married. If she chooses to get married to a Turkish person, well and good. If she chooses to get married to a black person or an African person or American or an Asian or a China or whichever, or an Indian, that's her choice. We're gonna support that thing. Like, we're gonna support the cultural thing they have, or we're gonna support her in every way. Also, Mustafa, when he grows up, if he decides to get married to any person, we're gonna support him. For now, they are very little, they don't know much. We are just raising them by the grace of God. And also, like I said, we are emphasizing on more of disciplining, like not disciplining, doing the right thing, not to discipline them like beating them or talking bad things to them, but just to encourage them to be good people. And also, I'm trying as much as possible to let them know that the world, when they go outside, people will treat them differently and they should be ready. So I'm also trying to teach my kids, like, to understand that even if people will treat them badly, they are still good, they are still beautiful, they are still handsome. So those are the words that I always tell my kids: you are handsome, you are beautiful. So that even if someone else will talk badly, they already know that our parents love us. Our parents normally tell us these good things. So for me, raising my kids, I'm raising as me. I might be wrong. I might not be a good mother, a perfect mother, but I'm trying my best. If you have enjoyed this video, you want to hear more talks from me, then do me one favor, like the video. And also, thank you for those who are subscribing and liking my content. Until next time again, I'll see you. Bye bye.